We are back at via-moto and we are on bike number 51, and I've been told when I go out on this one I've got to be really careful because it's a bit of a beast, so let's go and have a look at it. It's my first Aprilia Tuono 1000R factory. Alright, first impressions pulling out of via-moto. This is an easy bike to ride. I was told to be careful with it because it's a bit of a beast, which I'm sure it is, but right now at these speeds I find it quite easy to ride. So I know I've got to be careful because you can get a false sense of security with it, but if I understand this right, it's a sports bike, but I'm sat up more and the seating position is actually really comfortable. I was also told that it doesn't have all the modern tech that modern sports bikes have, so if it's gonna wheelie there's nothing to stop it apart from my wrist, but that's how I like it. I don't mind that. So we shall see how we get on with it. But first impressions, first Aprilia, and it sounds great. This engine's got a nice sound to it, and you can tell that it feels a torquey bike. So we'll find out when we get to that stage in the test ride. Suspension wise, well, I can't really feel these bumps that much, really. Just normal, like a normal bike. I've said this before, but when I get on a bike I can kind of work out if I like it or not straight away. And this goes on the like list. There's no gear indicator, which is fine. Just learn how it sounds in the revs range. But you know, riding this bike slow is easy. One of the easiest ones I've ridden on slow. I don't feel like it wants to shoot off. I do like the graphics on this. I think it looks pretty special. This is quite a comfy ride. I can't feel it on my back or my neck. Probably a little bit on my wrist, but that's just because it is a different position to what I'm normally used to. You know, I am slightly forward, but nothing. I don't think it's anything extreme. And it's very nimble, as you'd expect with a bike like this. Seems to just curve around that mini roundabout very easily. Exciting bit coming up, or first bit of exciting bit. So task number one is just to get a feel for this acceleration. Nothing too extreme so they don't catch me out. When I saw it in the showroom I thought I might have to wrestle with it a bit, but no. Okay, I've got some road. Oh no! Well, that's ruined that bit. Oh well, we'll get it on next section. Yeah, setting off really nice and smooth. Now this is a V-twin, I was told. In the next, you know, we're into the next block of bikes, and I'm going to start paying a bit more attention to the types of the engines. First 50 bikes I rode, I just wanted to get a feel of it. I didn't really care, but now I'm trying to get a bit more specific and look at trying to marry up what type of engine is and what it feels like. And I think this might be the first V-twin that I've tried. If you watch regularly, you'll be able to tell me. Whoa. We're on low revs there, but you can feel it does start to pull. Might have to do my blipping on this one. You can feel that it's very torquey on this back wheel, so, and I don't know what tech's in it, so I don't know whether it's gonna help me out if I don't blip. You can feel this engine going up. Oh, we've got some flooding. This beautiful bike. Let's see if we can feed this through. This has been like this for a while now. Don't splash. Yeah, let's not get this Tuono dirty. It's a really interesting ride, this, because it's obviously a beast of a bike, but it's not scary at all. And now I've got to get these revs up for it to come alive, but like that. This is an arm ripper, isn't it, this bike? I think this is, when I get a chance, this is gonna be one of those bikes that feels like your arms are coming out of the sockets. I love this seating position, how you can lean into corners like that. This is one of the easiest bikes I think I've ridden. Don't look like it should be, but it definitely is. It's got all this awesome styling, and it looks like it's ready for business. There's multiple references to racing on it, but yet you can ride it around villages, no problem at all. Interesting. I actually love the look of this. Now, as I've been riding around on this first bit, I can see people clocking this bike. Now, I'm not sure if that's because of the sound of it, because it does sound fantastic. You've got two exhausts on here, or because of how it looks. It looks special, doesn't it? So, as promised, I'm going to get a bit more into specs, and I do understand them a little bit more. So rather than me just saying numbers, I think I've got a better idea of what it means. So this is a 4-stroke 60-degree V-twin. It's got 4 valves per cylinder, so it's 997.6 cc, 139 horsepower, and it's got 107 newton meters of torque. So that 139 horsepower, well, that's at 9,500 revs. When I first started motorcycling, I didn't know what any of that meant, but now I do know that. If you want peak power, you got to get it up high into the rev range, so 9,500 revs. I've been nowhere near that yet, so I don't even know what this bike's capable of. Whether I can get it up to there, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to have to keep it in pretty low gear to access that. And then that 107 newton meters of torque, well, that's at 8,500 revs. One thing I've noticed up to now is when you do get the revs up, you can feel it. It really wants to go. So that's the effect of torque, isn't it? So that's what we've got there. 25-degree rake. I know that the rake makes it nimble. So if you're on a big Harley, it's harder to get around the corner. This, straight round, no problem at all. Love that. It does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.5 seconds. Then the acceleration of 60 to 100 kilometers an hour is 4.6 seconds. And it's got a top speed of 156 mile an hour. Yeah, it's a beast, isn't it? We just need to find out if we can get anywhere near those type of peak powers on a normal road without breaking the speed limit. So let's see what happens. I'm excited to get back on this. It's like I said, one thing about this bike, it is not scary to ride. It's very, very easy to ride sedately. I almost forgot to do a walk round of it. That'd have been a shame. Anyway, here it is. Look at that. It looks amazing. There's like carbon stuff going off it. And like I say, multiple references to racing. Öhlins suspension, Brembo brakes with gold calipers. And that engine just looks tightly packed. It's a smart looking bike. And a Krapovic exhaust. I think I'm pronouncing it right now. That huge back wheel. She's a sight to behold. Let's see what the engine sounds like. Remember to insert your user code. What is that? I don't know what that is. Hopefully. Anyway, we got it on. Who cares? So here we go. Wowza. Okay, off we go. As I say, let's shoot off before someone calls the police, ruining people's peace and quiet around these areas. So nimble, like I say, very easy to control. So I'm going to try and keep this higher revved so that I can get to some of this power if I can. You can feel it once you get this ticking over. It's different, which I like this, because lower down, lower revs, it really behaves itself. It's got, what do they say, it's got lovely manners. But then you can tell if you start moving it up through that rev range, it kind of like throws its gloves off and gives you back into a village, nice and calm, absolutely no shunting, or I don't even feel frustrated on this bike. If you watch the channel regularly, you'll know that I've tried sports bikes before, and they can feel a bit frustrating because you know what it can do, the bike keeps reminding you what it can do, but never really settle down in a place like this. I mean, look at that, I'm not even doing 30, I'm like 28, and I can hold it at that. Whereas some, you're constantly fighting to keep it at the speed limit, and it's just not a nice ride. Whereas this is a nice ride. This is as comfortable as like I suppose a torquey cruiser type of style. But these, you might disagree with me. Be interesting to know. Let me know in comments if you've ridden one, what you thought. I'm at 6,000 revs now. And I'm nowhere near that peak power. It's mad. I don't want to throw it at you, so I hope. I'm gonna change up. Seeing as fuel prices so much, let's save a bit of fuel. Anyway, that sits nice at 5,000 revs. It's not stressy. I think I'm in third gear. What an absolute work of art this bike is. So easy. Awesome. Absolutely awesome, awesome bike. I'm giving you my judgment before we've even finished. This is the type of bike that I think if you were new to riding and you were just going to buy one bike and never swap it, I think this could be it. That might sound insane, but if you ride these in lower revs, it is so kind to you, and lower speeds. But then, I mean, it's got way more than what you can use on the road. So as you progress, it's gonna grow with you, this bike. Really amazing how they can make a bike like this, don't you think? Something that's quite obviously an absolute brutal beast, but it'll take care of you. The throttle on it is so smooth. Even like now, you can hear it's revving a bit. It's only 4,000 revs, so it's got that sound to it, this engine. But even though it sounds revvy like that, it's not snatchy at all. I don't know if anything's been done to the bike. I don't think so. I think this is just as it comes. I could ride this for hours actually. It's comfortable. You can see though the bike of Atlantis Curse, there's upon us a nice flowing road, and we've got traffic in front of us. Again, on a beastly bike, happens all the time. I think this seating position, if you want something that's got some bite to it, this is brilliant. The sports bikes, for me, at my age, I've got an hour tops on them, definitely. That Ducati, just to ride that Ducati, just to get on that Ducati, it was too much for me. And that is why I wouldn't buy that bike, because I think I'm at the wrong age for it. If I were younger and maybe smaller stature, then maybe I would, because a cracking bike. But this, if you're a bit older and you want that type of feel, then this seating position is good. You can hear this engine, it feels like it's screaming at me, but it's not. This seating position, for the gentleman watchers, it feels like it's cupping you. I think that's the best way to describe it. The tank feels like it's cupping you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I'm really learning to appreciate the rake on these type of bikes when you're on the road. Smaller wheels and a shorter rake. On my F800 GS, I love that bike. It's got a big 21-inch wheel, and sometimes it feels a little bit boat-like. It's not the tightest turner. Get away from that. So let's get ourselves up onto the faster roads. See, I'm sure what it can do. It's just a case of not getting carried away and hanging on. Trying to keep this front end down, I think. These brakes are fantastic. Got a right good strong bite to them. I think unless I'm in first gear, I'm probably not going to get that 9,500 for peak horsepower. I like this as well because you can lean forward when you want to, and I think that alters things, so you can kind of get into a race position. And whether it makes a difference, I just feel like it's gonna keep that front end down. Ooh, hear that nice bit of gurgle then? I reckon we just got to 9.5 there. Interesting though, because when it got up to 9,500 at that, I suppose that's the difference between torque and horsepower, isn't it? It didn't feel like it were pulling hard, it would just kept me going, kept speed going up. Yeah, when you pin it, it wants to go. I don't feel like this front end wants to come up. So if you roll your throttle on steady and not yank back, you know, you can feel that you're controlling things. I'm sure you could just do a huge wheelie on this if you wanted to, but yeah, just roll that throttle on gently and build your power. It's not going to bite you. Well, listen to that induction sound. Right, so the Aprilia Tuono 1000 factory R is going to go back do you know what? This is such a good bike. It makes so much sense. It's a full-blown sports bike, I think, in my opinion. And but it's the sort of the seating out, the bit that makes sports bikes not enjoyable, they've made it enjoyable, where you can actually ride it, real world riding. And that's just amazing. You got all this power that in a package that you can actually enjoy. And this was done when? 2007. Why aren't these bikes more popular? Or are they? And I just don't know about them yet. They're really good just for zipping round. I love this. I give this 11 out of 10, this bike. What a fantastic bike. I hope you've enjoyed our little ride round on this beast of a bike. And if you're looking for something that is full fat and full power but comfortable to ride, as long as you don't want to put somebody on the back or panniers, I think this is an excellent choice. Thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. And we shall see you next time.